to more best build orders. We're going to take care of Dehaka. Dehaka is one of my favorites and an extremely powerful commander. One of the things that I like to do and is very helpful for Dehaka is to go ahead and make sure that you get your call downs done as soon as possible. Probably the most important thing you'll ever do with Dehaka is dealing with that. So I actually find that although it is very helpful to get Dehaka leveled up super fast, it actually matters a less to do that and more to get everything done right. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is saturated. At 23 you build this, 23 you build your Warden, and then at 26 you build your other gas. So now that that's working on it, I can keep an eye on my Warden. I'm going to go ahead and get Devour and Evolve, oh sorry, Leap. And I'll just continue to keep working on getting more things as I go. After I finish this right here, actually I can go back to base. Quickly did that. I keep an eye on my Warden, because as soon as that's done, I need to make sure that I get my... Okay, that's done. Come back to base, build that. Build 2 Zerglings out of your Warden. I'm going to have to jump away, I think. And build a second Zergling. Try to eat a bunch of Zerglings if I ever get low. Ooh, run away. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull back for a second. Make this sure this guy is healing that. Have him. Grab these lings. Do this, this, and this. Make sure you keep an eye on your Glevig Den, because that's the next upgrade you need to make sure you have. So I get the Roar after I get my second... Oh, sorry. Yeah, after I get my first 2 upgrades, I'll go ahead and get Roar. And after I do that, then I'll work on one other Devour. This guy's can't get out yet. That's everything? Okay. So now I'm just going to chill here for a minute. We'll go ahead and make sure that that's ready to go. And really not much to do at the moment. I really like to focus on mutas. I'm just going to continue to make sure that everything's on control groups. Eventually I'll get up to 4 of your Wardens, but right now it's all about just attacking the Thrasher, continuing to get more upgrades. As soon as this guy's done clearing that rocks, I like to put him back into base. And what's nice is you can set a rally or a shift command for your Wardens, and that way you don't have to worry about them doing anything or doing anything stupid while you're waiting. Yeah, Kerrigan's Mutalisks are ridiculously good. They are the best. I'm very tempted to say the best unit in the game, like by far. They're just so good. But we're not talking about Kerrigan's Mutalisk at the moment. So I'll go ahead and rally everything else over here, but we'll keep a couple extra drones on this side. I'm going to leave this guy right there, so as soon as we finish up, I'll get 4 Wardens. We're almost done with that. I'll make sure to saturate that gas as soon as possible. I'm going to leave that worm there, and I'll finish off the rest of this guy. Go ahead and drop that, drop this, and do that. And get that. And what's nice is I can even deep tunnel if I need to, but I shouldn't really need to worry about too much here. So I'm going to save the, what would be, I think it's the 4th? No, the 5th evolution point, so I can get Chitinous Plating and Keen Senses. This is really important to get both of those at the same time. Okay, so now that all that's done, I'm going to move this here. I have all of my call downs done. Don't need to worry, all building, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and wait till I get a little more saturation over there. I'm going to move this guy here. Jump off to here. And might as well do that. And then we're going to spawn Mervar. So either, like I said, you can jump in, or you can jump away. If you feel like you're doing pretty good, you can jump in very easily. Grab these guys, put them on that one. Now that I've got everything set up, I'm going to go and start working on some upgrades for all of my different units. I like to get all of the Mutalisk upgrades. Got the rest of it there. I'm going to go ahead and make sure just one more of these guys go over here. And then, like I said, I always like to rally everything I possibly can into my base and then have a rally camera set to watch that location so I can just turn all of my Hydralisks into Mutalisks very quickly. Okay, there. That'll take care of the rest of those two. Some Hydralisks. We have an attack wave coming from over here in just a second. So I'll just kind of keep an eye out for that. Should be coming up real soon. So after I get Chitness Plating and Keen Senses, the next one is going to be Scorched Breath. And then from that, it's basically finish up Devour, finish up Intimidating Roar. And then once that's done, that's that attack wave. So I'm going to go ahead and Intimidating Roar, jump. These guys. Now I should have grabbed the queen, and I can do that relatively soon. But with everything else going on, you can pretty much kill everything very quick. Now I'm going to be able to kill all of these air units as soon as I grab the Viper. Everything dies. Okay, we'll go ahead and deep tunnel over here. Go back to our rally point. Turn all of these into Mutalisks. And then continuing to work on making sure I get my I'm going to wait just a little bit longer before I actually bring out my Mutalisks here. There's no reason to yet. I'd like to get a larger group. And I like to, every time I get close to finishing up a attack upgrade, then that's when I'll slow down a little bit on my making mutas, or making Hydras and turning them into mutas. And I'll go ahead and make sure I get those upgrades queued. So I can go ahead and do this, and this, and this, and grab, oops, grab the wrong one. Unfortunately, Viper didn't get pulled like I wanted. I can use my mutas in now. Grab this guy, grab most of that, equip some of the rest. Go and get the ability to attack air units. We'll make some more mutas, put them on their own control group. We're actually going to have another attack wave coming from over here soon, so I'm going to drop... wait, what? You're supposed to be able to do that in the Fog of War. Apparently you can't do that right now. You're supposed to be able to summon those in the Fog of War. Right, so anyways, not too much to worry about. I'm going to go and take this Muta, move it over here. Actually, I'll just deep tunnel Dehaka here. I'd prefer not to have to do that, but this will work. Ready. Secure basically the rest of it. Gonna make some more mutas. And this guy should be ready to go. I'm just gonna go and drop this over here. Pick up that last little bit there. I do. No, normally it actually makes more sense to not go right into the heals because you really don't need them. But I do like to have them. So I'm going to go ahead and summon this one here, and then Glevik here, or Mervar here. Go ahead and move over here real quick. Kill this guy. And I can just deep tunnel everybody else over here. Pull back these guys. I don't want to Eat that guy. How are you guys not on the right control group? Go ahead and jump in. We should have a time stop coming up soon. Not like we need it, but we should have a time stop coming up soon. Yeah, I was going to say. And that's pretty much Dehaka. There's really not too much else to do here. Dehaka's really good. We're even going to miss out on the next attack wave. We'll make all these into Mutalisks. And that's the basic process you're going to go with every single one of them. Dehaka's fantastic for almost everything you have to deal with. Actually, I don't think there's a single thing that he's not good at. And like honestly, although I mean my partner did fine. He basically just went Stalkers, which is not the best, but you know, you don't really need to do too much when you're Dehaka, or when you have a Dehaka partner, because really it's not that bad at all. So I'll kind of go over a couple quick things that I like to do with Dehaka. First things first, 23 gas, 23 Primal Warden, 26 gas. That'll set you up to basically go from one call down to the next. After you do that, you basically just want to keep coming back to base and just pulling Dehaka back. You don't want to just have yourself out there all the time, and unless you're really good at getting back to base, putting down the building you need, putting on gas, take a second back. You're not going to lose out on anything. You just take a second, allow yourself to get your upgrades. Now, the other thing is, I like to do Devour, Leaping Strike for the first two, Intimidating Roar, Devour, Chitinous Plating, Keen Senses. After that, you're going to get Flame Breath, finish up Devour, finish up Roar, finish up Leaping Strike, and then get your heals. Because more times than not, by the time you get to that point where you're actually going to start needing heals and your meters are going to come in, you already should be relatively high on your level, so you don't need to worry about getting that. Now, if you are a little slow on leveling Dehaka, you don't know where to go, maybe think about getting those heals, but you don't really need them. And mastery points I like to do for Dehaka will always be Devour, healing increase. I feel that makes more sense, especially if you like to do macro and micro at the same time. You can just get a little more of everything. A Pact of Leaders active duration, really awesome. And then a Dehaka attack speed. I like gene mutation chance as well. Yeah, I can go back and forth, even 50-50 here. This can mean a lot, but doesn't always need. Anyways, I'm Hunter AFI. Thanks so much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Hope you enjoyed.